This is a quick overview of Midrand as an investment zone for buy-to-let residential investors, and it's the hot pick for organic growth. It's really where I'm putting my focus at the moment. Just to orientate you, there's Pretoria in the north, Midrand here, Sandton. Then we have a township called Tembisa over here, and a township called Diepsloot over there. So as a buy-to-let investor, you want to avoid the townships, and you want to be close to the places of work. So let's just zoom in a bit closer and see what's happening. Just to keep you orientated, there's the M1 highway that joins Pretoria to Midrand. The Gautrain station is here. This area is the high-tech industrial area of Midrand. This is to the east of the highway. To the west, this is where the offices are, Vodacom and so forth over here. So already, just these places of work have created a demand for residential property, and in particular, small townhouses have sprung up in this area to meet this need. And so already Midrand has been a great investment location, but it's about to ramp up, and I'll show you why. Especially the southern area here. When I say southern area, I say that's Allendale Road, so it's between Allendale Road and New Road over there, and the freeway here, this area here. Because just to the south of that residential area, this is Waterfall Estate in general, and Waterfall City in particular. Now this area here is approximately 1.2 kilometers by 1.2 kilometers, which is about the same size as Sandton City. It gives you an idea of the size of the development. And they are building a 3.5 billion rand shopping mall here called the Mall of Africa, and already offices they're building offices all around this area here. You can see it's all been very carefully planned. That's a hospital, Netcare Hospital. This is a very upmarket residential estate, secure estate. The first thing I did is put a massive wall in and landscaped it, so it's full of green areas and so forth. So this area is really booming, but at the moment it's a construction site, which offers you, the investor, an opportunity where you have owners living in these townhouses here, which are suffering maybe a little bit of petty crime, a lot of dust, particularly now in winter, from all this construction, and they're literally selling at fairly good prices. They're not looking forward a couple of years, because can you imagine in 3 or 4 years' time, when this development is pretty much complete, there is tons of really good working destination areas, retail destination areas. You've got access via the highways to Pretoria and Johannesburg. You've got access through here, through the Leroux Road, to the Gautrain, which is just off picture to the right there. So this is going to be a really, really good location for your tenants. And what I've done is I shot a video. I went down on site just recently, and I drove in here, and I parked there, and I took a shot over to this area, showing you all the cranes that are in place. This is an oldest picture, so I'll show you all the cranes that are working here. You can't even count the cranes. And then the office blocks that are going up here in this area, and the completed office blocks. And then I moved down to this vicinity and take a photograph of the gate, that gate and this gate of the residential area of Waterfall Estate. So let's cross to that video now. I'm currently standing in the construction area, which is to be Waterfall City, and you can see by all the cranes around. I'll just scan around to the south. You can see by the cranes there are just so many office blocks going up here. So this is going to be the heart of Waterfall Estate. So looking southwards right now, that is Sandton in the far distance, and the city the central business district is where I'm standing in, will extend sort of out to the southeast of where I am now, and the south and westwards, and then down in the valley there you can see the housing estates, very upmarket housing estates, where you find clusters and so on, starting at about 3 million rand for the finished unit. I'm going to move to a different location now to get an idea, but you can see there's some office blocks already completed over there, and there's construction happening right here. But the main thing to do is to just, when I scan around and I just look at the cranes, that tells a massive story of what's happening here. I drove through Sandton the other day. We were sitting in July 2014, and I saw one crane, and here it's hard to even count them. It's like a forest of cranes. So something's happening here, as we know. This is going to be like Melrose Arch, but bigger, and I believe better, because it's designed from the start as a city and within an estate. So it's all being very carefully planned. But the reason I'm doing all this is, and forgive the light as I scan towards the north here, the sun's a bit low. Just across there, literally across the road, in the centre of picture at the moment that's a townhouse complex, where you can buy a 2-bedroom townhouse for under 600,000, and likewise across there, that's a very upmarket. When I say very upmarket, it's compared to the rest of the townhouses in Midrand. Upmarket townhouses for around about 600,000 rand for a 2-bedroom. Now you can only imagine what's going to happen to those prices once the area I'm in now develops fully and it becomes a place of employment for all those tenants. And right now the prices are quite depressed because the owner occupies, the people who are living in those things are living almost in a building site. So you have this kind of, for the next year or two, I believe there's going to be opportunity to buy a property in this area and really do well with the capital growth that comes out of the new development. So I'm going to move across to the other side and actually show you the townhouse complexes and how close they are to Waterfall. I'll scan back there. Okay, I'm just moved off a slightly different area within the city. You can see these office blocks are completed or nearing completion. Down there they are completed already. Construction site here, and you can look at by the roads. You know the roads have been properly designed. The street lighting is in properly. Just down there is a fully functioning clinic already. A hospital's in place already. So this place has been designed from the word go. It hasn't forgive the word, it hasn't just grown organically. It's been designed and properly planned, and as such the traffic will flow correctly, and I'm expecting a wonderful development here which will have a superb knock-off effect on the surrounding residential, which has already happened, as you can see from Waterfall Estate, which is down there in the valley. I'm now standing at one of the entrances to the Waterfall Estate, the residential area, but look what they've done here with this entrance. I mean, funky as anything. And it's midwinter now, so it's all brown. But in summer, that's just a blaze of green, and it's really just something. And I'd love to show you the buildings, but they're in a secure estate, so you can see the roofs. And they've even gone to make sure that they've worked hard to ensure the privacy of the owners. So you can see some of the roofs of the buildings sticking through. But they've created a very secure lifestyle estate here, which has the corresponding values. And then just across the road there is the Midrand townhouses that we were talking about earlier. This is another one of the entrances to Waterfall Estate, but just look at the effort they've gone to landscape the entrance here. They've got pools and waterfalls all over. Again, they've gone and landscaped the roof and pools here. And you can see the housing is starting to develop behind it.